Hello, welcome to Just Vintage Crochet. If you are new to the channel, I have here a stack of patterns that were put together for me. I don't know what they are. They're all from the 1800s, and anything that could give away what the pattern is has been blacked out, and we don't have any titles, no pictures, no context. We don't know what these patterns are until we're done. So let's go ahead and pick our pattern. Today we're going to work number 10. I can see it right here at the top, and 1848. So we've been predominantly working out of this sort of gray background book. Now the rules for the stitch terms still apply. It's a different book, but the rules are still the same. Meaning anything you know, all of the knowledge you know about modern crochet, throw it out the door as far as stitch terms go, because these patterns run on early Victorian era stitch terms. Okay, let's see, how many pages is this? 28 rounds. Wow. Also, I am reworking some old patterns. This might be one of them. Some patterns that I worked 2 years ago when I first started doing mystery patterns. And now that I've gotten a little bit better with my Victorian crochet skills, I kind of wanted to tackle some of these old patterns again. So I don't know what this is. Let's see here. We're going to use likely thread, tie a loop, and work 24 long stitches into it, large enough to pass a pencil through. Well, I just looked it up, and right here is an early Victorian era pencil from the UK. So I made sure to type in British pencil too, because I wasn't sure if it was different in different parts of the world. And that's what it looks like. So it looks about like a modern size pen or pencil. It is an acrylic. I'm going to use, here we go, a 2.25 millimeter hook with that. What is that? Oh, that's water. And that should be fine. I looked up boar's head cotton number 12. I found that boar's head cotton, somebody had worked an old pattern from the 1840s from this exact same book, actually, and posted what their findings were online. And so I benefited from that. A boar's head cotton number 16 is around a 3 to 5, number 3 to 5 cotton. So this here is pretty close to a number 10, just slightly thicker than a number 10 cotton. It says here, tie a loop and work 24 long stitches into it, large enough to pass a pencil through. That's going to be US double crochet, UK treble crochet. Stitches into it, large enough to pass a pencil through. So I think what they mean there is that the center of the hole needs to be large enough to pass a pencil through. That's what I think they're alluding to. So I'm going to actually start with a magic circle, but if you wanted to, you can just start with chains. Now they want, let's see here, they want 24 double crochet into a loop. I would say start with a chain of maybe about 6 or 7. Okay, I'm going to chain 2 just as a filler stitch. It's nothing, it's just going to close the gap. So my first double crochet will be my first double crochet. And that's what I will slip stitch into to close this off. So I'm going to go ahead and work 24 double crochet, and I will be right back. Okay, I believe that's automatically big enough for a pencil to go through. I'm going to go ahead and join into the top of my first double crochet. And you can see that chain 2 just sort of acted as a filler there, just a gap stop essentially. And I'm going to leave that as is. It's definitely big enough for a pencil to go through. All right, now let's look at first round. So that was just our starter round. This is going to be our first round. Put 1 long stitch into every other chain stitch. Okay, so now I'm wondering if, all right, are we supposed to work 1 double crochet or long stitch then chain 1. I'm going to start with 2 chains again. It counts as nothing. Large enough to pass a pencil through. Is that their way of saying to what, like maybe chain 2? Is that what they're getting at, I wonder? Large enough to pass a pencil through. Ish. Maybe chain 3. Man, I need to read this pattern on a little bit. Okay, put 1 long stitch into every other chain stitch. Make 4 chain stitches betwixt each long stitch. Put 2 long stitches into the chain stitch above the long stitch in the last round, making a chain of 4 betwixt each 2 long stitches. Put 3. Okay. Put 3 stitches, put 3 long above the 2 in the last round, putting 2 into the second stitch, making a chain of 4 betwixt. Put 4, same as last round, only putting 5 above the 4, the chain of 4 the same. So 5 long, put 6, 7 long, my goodness. Put 8 above the 7, put 9 above the 8, put 10 above the 9. 11th round, put 9 long stitches above the 10. You now leave off putting 2 into the last stitch. Make a chain of 5 betwixt each 9. Put 9, put 8. Now it's going down. It's reading like it's going to create a diamond. Make 7 long, make 6. Okay, well, none of this really helps me figure out what they're talking about with at least this starting. Work 24 long stitches. Put 1 long stitch into every other chain stitch. You know, and maybe they mean, I don't know. I have an idea though. Okay, I think I'm going to do what I did before. So work my 24 stitches, and I'm just going to work every other stitch because it's so unclear. I'm just going to work every other stitch. It shouldn't matter all that much. So I'll be right back. Do this again. Okay, so I'm just gonna work every other stitch. Put 1 long stitch into every other chain stitch and make 4 chain stitches betwixt each long stitch. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Skip and to the next one over. I hope this will work out. Look, it's big enough to put a pencil through now. 2, 3, 4. 2. All right. I worked all around. I just have 1 stitch left to skip. I've chained 4. Okay. And now, second round, put 2 long stitches into the chain stitch above the long stitch. Into the chain stitch above the long stitch. Well, above the long stitch in the last round, making a chain of 4 betwixt the 2 long stitches. Above the long stitch. All right, well, the wording is a little, I'm sure it's perfectly fine. It's my comprehension skills. I'm going to assume that this is where I need to start. One, 2, 3, 4. No. No. Perhaps they mean exactly what they're saying. Okay. So we will start with 2 double crochet into the same stitch, chain 4, and 2 double crochet into the next stitch over. And I'm going to repeat that all around. Oh, right, there we go. Went ahead and joined to the top of my starting double and put 3 long stitches above the 2 in the last round, putting 2 in the second stitch, making a chain of 4 betwixt each 3 long. So they want us to put 1 here and then 2 into the next stitch over. Fourth round, put 4 long stitches above the 3, putting 2 in the last, putting the 2 last into the same stitch, making a chain of 4 betwixt the 4 long stitches. Fifth round, same as last, only putting 5 above the 4. The chain of 4 the same. Put 6 above the 5 with the chain of 4 betwixt each. Put 7 above the 6, then the chain of 4 betwixt each 7. I think I can see where this is going. Eighth round, put 8 with a chain of 4. Ninth round, put 9 with a chain of 4. 10th round, put 10 above the 9 with 4 chain stitches betwixt. 11th, put 9 long, we change here. 11th, put 9 long stitches above the 10. You now leave off putting 2 in the last stitch. Perhaps putting 2 in the first stitch as well, who knows? Make a chain of 5 betwixt each 9. So we're doing 4 here, now we're doing 5 chains. Put 8 above the 9, then make a chain of 3. And put a long stitch into the middle stitch of the chain in the last round, then 3 chain stitches, and again the 8 long stitches. 13th round, make 7. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead. I think the way it's reading out like this and like this. That's why it's 4 chain stitches, and then as we come back in, the chain stitches are going to get longer. So I'm going to go ahead and work until the 11th round, right? Yeah, because that's where we start working 9. So basically, I just read off the pattern to you. I'll hold it up so that you can just pause the screen there. Okay, and then pause the screen here. And I will be back for the 11th round. All right. But I'll start this one with you. So it wants us to put 1 here, 2 into the next stitch over, and then a chain of 4. And again, 1 here, 2 here. All right, now we're ready for the 11th round. Put 9 long stitches above the 10. You now leave off putting 2 stitches in, putting 2 in the last stitch, which is what I did. I went ahead and just worked 2 stitches into, I just increased the last stitch of every round. Okay, make a chain of 5 betwixt each 9, and then we will come back and do the 12th round because it's a little different. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9, just ignoring the last stitch. Then it says to chain 5, 3, 4, 5, and repeat. Okay, now for the 12th round, it says to put 8 above the 9, then make a chain of 3 and put a long stitch into the middle stitch of the chain in the last round, then 3 chain stitches, and again 8 long stitches. And let's look at the 13th round. Make 7 long over the 8th, then a chain of 3 and a long stitch into the center stitch of the 2 chain in the last round, making a chain of 3 betwixt each long stitch and the 7 long stitches. Put 6 long stitches over the 7 and 1 long stitch into the center of the chain in the last round with 1 chain of 3 betwixt each single long stitch, also the single long stitches. You now have 3 single long stitches. I'm guessing that that's going to be between, not guessing, but that's how it's reading. 14th. So what I'm going to do, since it looks like we're now going to be decreasing while working a double crochet stitch in the chain stitches we're going to create, starting with this one here between. That's the way it's reading. Put 5 over the 6. Okay, so I'm going to hold this up for you. I'm going to go ahead and work this part off camera. Then, because this is quite a long pattern, then I will come back for the next section. I did already thumb through this whole pattern. So the way it reads is we are working it down to a point, and then it looks like we're going to be doing some lacing work. So starting with the 12th round here, go ahead and pause your screen for these. There is all of those. Oh, make it easier for you to have it in frame. Okay, now we're narrowing down. You can see, put 2 long stitches above the 3, so pause your screen. Okay, I will be back for the 19th round. We're currently on round 12. I will be back for round 19. Well, you know what? I will work round 12 with you. I'll start it with you. And then that way you have an idea. I mean, you probably have an idea just by reading it. Like, I'm not teaching you anything, I'm sure. But sometimes it's fun to just work with someone and easy to see what they're doing. So we're going to skip the last stitch again. One, two, three, work a double crochet. 1, 2, 3, start working your 8 again. Now the next round up, you're going to work 7 across, so skipping the last stitch, chain 3, work a double, chain 3, work a double, chain 3, work your 7 again. And that's the way it's going to continue to progress until you have reached the 19th round. Okay, so I will be back. Okay, so I went ahead and started round 19 because it's really easy. They worded it differently, but the basic breakdown is you're just going to keep going. So we ended with 2 double crochet above the point. So you're just going to have 1 now. So 1, and then just continue working the double crochets and chain 3s. And then there you go. And then just 1 over each point like that. So I'm going to go ahead and finish round 19 really quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, so that's row 19. Row 20 is basically exactly the same, except for I'm going to slip stitch over into this chain space, and that's where I'm going to start working the fillet stitches, essentially. So the stitches aren't going to change, just the position from where we start will. So I'm going to slip over 1. There we go. That's 1 double, chain 3, and carry on. And I'm going to go ahead and do round 21 off camera as well because it's very simple. First of all, here's round 20. Put 1 long stitch in the center of the chain in the last round and a chain of 3 betwixt each stitch. So this one here, it looks like we're going to do some Van Dyke stitches. So put 3 long into the 3 chain stitches of the last round and make 1 chain stitch betwixt each 3 long stitches. So I figured I could just do that off camera real quick too. So essentially we're going to put 3 doubles, chain 1, skip 1, 3 doubles, chain 1, skip 1, 3 doubles, chain 1, skip 1, all around. So I will be right back whenever I'm ready for round 22. Okay, now we're ready to move on to round 22. And it says to make a chain of 5 and join it into every open betwixt the 3 long stitches in the last round with a single crochet. I know that says double crochet, but this is UK terms. Okay, so should I slip stitch forward into that chain space or no? I'll just slip back. It's not a problem. Work 1 single crochet, chain 5, 3, 4, 5, and work another single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm going to work this all around. And imagine I will join into my starting single crochet with a slip stitch. Well, this little doily or whatever it is surely, it's a doily, I mean, it looks like a doily, is surely growing. With this tiny little thread here, it is surely growing. Okay, I'm going to work this all around. I will be right back. Okay, so it's a little darker on video. I turned off my bright overhead light because it was really starting to bother my eyes. I have been working on this for several hours, many hours. In fact, I'm about to take a break for many hours. It's noon. I have been working on this, my goodness, since probably 3 or 4 a.m. Easily since 3 or 4 a.m. actually. Yes. So I am going to take a break until I get some sleep. And then later on this evening, I'll pick it up again. But here's where we're at. And I want to at least start the next round before I do take a break. And so where are we at? Okay. Put 3 single crochet stitches in the center of the 5 chain stitches of the last round and make a chain of 5 betwixt each 3 long stitches. Okay. Betwixt each 3. So if I do 1, 2, 3, where is the long stitches besides these ones down here? So I'm going to slip stitch over. One, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 betwixt each 3 long stitches. Unless they mean like 1, 2, 3 down here. Maybe it was just an unnecessarily complicated way of saying to skip over to the next chain space. What do you think? I'm going to go with that. One, 2, 3. That's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm going to work this all around, just not right at the moment. I am going to give myself quite a break, have some food, and then sleep, which is always a bad idea. You should never sleep on a full stomach because that's whenever you don't burn any calories. But I don't eat high calories. I eat sweet potatoes. Okay. So that's whenever you see me again, that will be worked. This footage should be brighter. Okay, so I am playing a game of yarn chicken at this point, and this ball, it was partially used. So it starts off at 383 yards, and I would say easily I started off with a ball of 300. It was still really firm, you know. And this is just, I'm going to unpin this and show you the whole thing, but I wanted to show you how the rest of the border lays out. And I'm also going to hold the rest of the pattern up for you so that you can have the full pattern. But I was able to get, yeah, let me go ahead and unpin this so I can properly show you. I just wanted to pin it to open it up so you can see how the rest of the border is meant to look. But I had about, here we go, about this much left to go, and still this many rounds left to do. It was a lot, but I just didn't have enough thread, but I was at least able to work out the rest of the pattern. So let's go over it. This here is the 3 single crochet, right? That's the one I ended off with. Next, you're going to work, put a single crochet stitch into the center of the chain 5 and make a chain of 3 betwixt. Now, I found that making the chain of 3 brought it together too much. So I would go with a chain of 5. This is done with a chain of 5. So here are the 3 double crochet here that we're working on now. And then I went ahead and just worked a chain of 5 instead of a chain of 3. The chain of 3 was bringing it together too much. It really was, it was messy. It did not look right, but you can do it either way. And then the 25th round, put 3 long stitches into the 3 chain. Of course, I did it into the 5 chain of the last round and make 1 chain stitch between, just like we did down here. So that's this right here. And again, that's worked around the chain 5 instead of the chain 3. Just give it a try. You'll see it's really messy and bunchy. Okay, then the 26th round, make a chain of 6 and join into every open betwixt each of the 3. So that's this right here, a chain of 6 and then a single crochet anchoring that down into the chain 1 space. 27th round, make a chain of 6 and join it to the 2 center stitches of the chain in the last round with 2 double crochet stitches. Well, I wasn't sure what they were talking about there, so I just went ahead and worked chain of 6 and a single crochet, chain of 6 and a single crochet. Okay, then the 28th, put 4 double crochets and a chain of 4 between. So there you go, 4 double crochet, chain 4. And then the last round, put 2 double crochet stitches in the middle of the 4 double stitches in the last round. Well, I didn't do that one right, did I? I put it in the chain spaces. My bad. Let's see what that would look like. I guess I was just in such a hurry to get that last bit done so I can jump back on camera. I just wasn't paying attention. So put 2 double stitches. So what I could do is slip stitch over to this first one here. Of course, that's not going to be part of the regular pattern because this is not the natural beginning or end of any of these rounds. Okay. This is just for the sake of seeing it look right. Okay. Put 2 single crochet stitches in the middle of the 4 double stitches. Put 4. Oh no, I put 4 long stitches. Oh. Okay, be right back. Nothing else. Now you can see how this pattern will look if you work it the way I incorrectly worked it the first time around. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There is supposed to be a chain 4 between. So I did get that part right. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now put 2 doubles, so 2 single crochets. So I'm gonna Slip stitch over one stitch again, just for the sake of this sample. Okay, 1, 2, and make a chain of 6 between. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then jump over to these middle stitches. So I'm going to work this all the way across really quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey, at least this way you can see which way you prefer too. If you prefer the double crochet or the single crochet. Working over the stitches or between the stitches with these 2 singles here. 3, 4, 5. What is, am I missing something? No, I'm not. Did I just do 5? 1, 2, 3. Yes. See, this is what happens when I get in a hurry. One, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. I'll just do 3 chains here and anchor it down at the end here. Okay. So now apparently this is the way it's meant to look. Not gonna lie, I like the way I had it the first time with the 4 long. Yeah, I liked it the first time. I'll just put a picture of the first time right here and you can see the comparison. So the first time and then this time, I liked the first time. It had a lot more to it. We did discover that I did attempt to work this pattern several last year. I attempted to work this pattern and I gave up at this point right here. So this is the rest of the pattern, me not giving up and understanding the stitches better. So I'm going to show you real quick. Right here is my original from last year. And I'm going to leave a video link down below where you can watch the full mystery video. All right, let's unmask it, although I already know what it's called now because I did work this before. It is a very pretty doily for a salver, and we discovered, because back then I Googled it and looked it up, salver is a silver serving dish. Ooh, say that 3 times fast. A salver is a silver serving dish. Okay, that's what it is. First, don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of this content. If you're just meeting me for the first time, I've got a whole playlist of these mystery videos. Plus, I have dedicated tutorials to making things like hats, scarves, shawls, ponchos, all kinds of things from throughout the decades, from the 1980s all the way back to the Civil War era. And also be sure to like if you like the video. Just click like. Just a one little and click like. I love you guys lots. I will see you in the next video in just a couple of days.